Hello again, my friends. Gee, who sang that song? Neil Diamond. Hello again, my friend. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, um, I have a little bit of a problem. Um, by the records on YouTube, only 4 people watched the video last week, um, and yet certainly more than that sent me answers to the video question. So how that happened, I don't know, unless you're telling each other what the question is, and so that makes me feel like some people, in a sense, are trying to evade what we try to do in this course. Um, Pardon me. I make the videos because I hope it enhances what we're trying to do in here and gives you a little clearer understanding. Does it help answer the question that you're supposed to do for an assignment? I think so, but that's not really what it's all about. My hope is to kind of enrich all the stuff that you're learning, to give you a better understanding of it all. So I was kind of disappointed when I saw that. Okay, um, enough said. You get the idea. I kind of feel like some people, kind of ripped me off. And actually, there were at least a couple of people who, from what they sent me, um, totally missed the point. In fact, one person said, "Okay, I'm going to rewatch the video." When I responded to them that that wasn't what I asked. So did they do that? I don't know. But anyway, um, so yeah, because there are times when there's 30 views of the video, even though there's only 13 people in the class. So that's kind of interesting to me. Okay. Anyway, one of the things that I hope to accomplish with all of you this semester is helping you get involved in the literature that you read, okay? And you all did a nice job with your Oedipus Rex essays because you all were saying what was happening with you or what kinds of thoughts you were getting or what you thought about. So it wasn't, nobody went through there and just told me what happened in the story. A lot of people told me a good part of what happened in the story, but also what you were thinking or what questions you had about it and such. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. You were giving me your involvement, and that's something I've been looking for all semester long for you. That's one of my big goals in the class, is to have you get involved in the literature that you encounter. Okay, I'm a big believer in the idea that what we see in movies, film, is just another way of presenting literature. Okay, and so my feeling, and I know I say okay too much, my feeling is that you should be able to get involved in the films that you watch as well, the movies that you go to really get inside them. You should be looking at more than just the action in the film. You should be relating to them as a human being, in the sense of, yeah, everybody goes to a movie to see what the movie's about, but how are you as a human being reacting to this movie? What's happening to you, and what in this movie could be anything like what you might encounter in life? Now, flashing back to Oedipus Rex, none of you is ever going to go through the things that Oedipus went through, okay? By the way, you know where the term Oedipus complex comes from now, or Oedipal complex. You've probably heard that in your psychology classes. Well, now you know where it comes from. It's a guy who has maybe too much affection for his mother, okay? And so in Oedipus, it turns into a guy who, yeah, okay, he sleeps with his mother. He doesn't know it's his mother, and so actually that term that we see bandied about in psychology classes comes from Sophocles. But anyway, um, you none of you will ever have that, but all of you are in stressful situations. all of us get involved in things that we didn't think were going to happen, but they happen, and now we have to figure out how to try to work our way out. Or even things that inadvertently we may have caused to happen. That happens to all of us, where we try to sometimes we try to avoid a problem and so create a problem by doing it, which is in fact exactly what happened to Oedipus. Okay, so that's the kind of thing I've been looking for you to allow yourself to do, to see how individual pieces of literature, in a sense, reflect what we as human beings go through all through our lives. So, in viewing film, in viewing a movie, when you go to the movies or you watch a movie on television, I, if we're having any kind of success in here at all, it would be great if we could say, gee, that's like da 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 that happened to me. Or, wow, if I were in that person's situation, what would I be doing? That's getting involved. So, with this week's assignment, the actual action in the movie isn't really what it's all about, although I love the action, okay? You may not like the superhero genre at all, but this really isn't so much about the story as it is about the human interaction. That's part of it. Also, in this film, we will see so many of the elements of literature that we have discussed all semester long coming into play. So we'll see amazing irony. There are so many scenes where the irony just seeps through. Okay? We will see amazing character change as well as character non-change. So we'll see static characters and dynamic characters. We will see how important setting can be. Setting is a significant part of this film. And primarily, the action takes place at night. Okay, why is nighttime an important part of the setting? And it takes place primarily in Gotham City, and how is Gotham City depicted to us? Okay, so there I go with a K again. So, setting, irony, character development, and then, plot. Is the plot straight line, chronological, or is the plot, moving back and forth, so non-sequential? How do these things in the plot affect you? And then, of course, in a movie like this, you can't help but have powerful theme. Okay? Obviously, we will have terrific conflict, and the theme and the conflict certainly can be seen as coming together. So many of the elements of literature that we discussed all semester long come into play in this film. And that's what I want you to be looking for in the film, besides the fact that this is an amazing film. And again, I mentioned it to you last week in the notes, but the name of the film is The Dark Knight. It's not Rises, it's The Dark Knight. So make sure you see The Dark Knight. We see all of these elements. There's also shocking and surprising things that just don't happen. The unforeseen, which is an element of literature that we didn't spend a lot of time on, but to some degree it touches upon the concept of irony. And we certainly have the unforeseen and the unusual coming up in here. So that's something else that you might think about as part of an element of literature, touching upon the unforeseen. And so again, I want you to see this film not just as an incredible action movie, and wow, is there incredible action, but there's also such amazing study on characters and such amazing character development, and again, such wild character change. The characters are so stunning in this thing, so strong, so powerful. So this is what I'll be looking for you to do. Okay, I think also now my life has taken a significant change because my wife had her shoulder replaced last week, and so my time has become really, really valuable. I really would like to try to get together with you folks still. So I think um, what I'll do, excuse me, is send out an email with like one or two different times on, and have you answer that email saying yes, I could make it then, or no, I can't make it then. Okay. If we can get enough people that can make it at one time, we'll try to get together. And if that means, I bring some pizzas for lunch or dinner or whatever, we can try to do that. Okay. So, I'll get that email out probably over the weekend so that next weekend, the week after schedule. We're climbing down toward the end of the semester. So most of you have done a terrific job all semester long, and I'm so pleased with you. But we're not done yet. Okay, so you did a great job on Oedipus. I think most of you read it rather than viewed it, and that's terrific too. Some of you said you read it 2 or 3 times. Certainly, it is a befuddling play. It's like, really? And did Jocasta know? Or did Jocasta not know? Or when did Jocasta know? I mean, those are powerful questions. Okay, so here's the video question that I want each of you to answer for me, and it's a personal opinion question. There are significant characters in the film The Dark Knight. Which character goes through the most powerful changes in this film, and why? So you can do that in 1 or 2 sentences, really. But, text me that, okay? Text me your answer to that. And then, I'll have an assignment for you. But again, as you watch the movie, think about the elements of literature. Jot down the elements of literature because it will make writing your essay easier. And also, think about what's happening to you. Like, are there times when you're, holy cow, or what would I do, or whatever? To me, the most powerful scene, I think, but there's lots of powerful scenes, but I am just overwhelmed by the ferry boat scene. And so think about what you would do if you were on the ferry boat. And let's make that video question number 2. What would you do if you were on the ferry boat? Okay, so you have actually 2 video questions this week. So I encourage you to watch the whole film in one shot because the tension just builds. The tension just builds. The tension just builds. Even if you've seen it 10 times before, watch it all at once as you are trying to observe these things. Okay, have a good week. And yeah, you're great. You're maybe the brightest bunch of people I've ever had. I don't know, because everybody is doing such amazing work. But please don't try to pull stuff over on me, because I hold you all in such high regard that kind of bothers me. Okay, but anyway, have a good week. You know where to find me. I'll talk to you soon.